EP.
A journey for the truth, all right, and only the truth.
Because look, I am all about the truth and the facts.
People on the internet would post shit, and I would fact check them. I'm not interested in making shit up, you know. And honestly, it was probably stupid of me to do that because I like burn a lot of bridges with some people.
I thought I had the facts. I guess it doesn't matter.
X. I'm John's brother.
Oh, you're John's brother. All right, we got Targeted Pen's brother.
What's up?
He finally decided to get on the panel. That's cool, bro. So I know you got maybe a little bit of a rebuttal for some of the things we say.
I don't know. If you guys have questions for me, you think I'm a gang stalker or whatever, I'll answer questions.
So I can ask questions, right? And I tried to ask him the right questions, you know? You gotta ask the right questions, right? When you ask the right questions, it reveals the truth. Okay? So I'm just showing everybody else, all right? I'm not doing this because I'm trying to figure out what, you know, my brother's deal is, or if I'm you know, conflicted on whether my brother's gang stalking or whether it's just in my head.
Yo, open this shit up, man. I'm fired. Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's get fucking real.
You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
Yeah, I personally don't know you, so I can't make that assumption. All I know you as is Targeted Patton's brother. But I mean, your brother's here, so I mean, if y'all want to talk for a minute, like, that's on y'all.
Sorry, my daughter come down. She's agitating my dog, so I muted my mic for a minute here because. Oh, you're good, Lila. But no, I'll answer your questions, Ed. You're the one who doesn't believe in gang stalking, right? So don't you have questions for me?
No.
No. Well, that's that doesn't make any sense.
What the hell do I need to know?
Well, you don't believe in gang stalking, so I mean, you ask questions when.
I don't believe that you're being gang stalked the way you say you are.
What do you mean the way I say I am?
I think you're full of shit.
About what?
Most things that you say.
Like specifically, name something I'm full of shit on.
Start talking.
Names? Come on, you can do it.
Start talking. I'll tell you whether you're full of shit or not.
So you say everything I say is I'm full of shit on. All I'm asking you to do is name one thing that I'm full of shit on, Ed.
You just start talking. I'll tell you whether you're full of shit.
See, this is the games that they play. This is just like trolls, you know, these stupid games like this.
Well, I mean, we all, you know, have to a degree have our differing beliefs and the way we see things. I mean, like, right. Okay, so I got something to say myself because, like, okay, Targeted Patton's brother, because that's all I know you as. I don't know your name. So what are you like? Are you Christian or you believe in Jesus and all that? So that kind of makes you What?
I'm not religious, no.
Do you? But you kind of do believe in Jesus, don't you? Or because I saw you leave that comment of the second coming of Christ.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a funny joke because I used to have the Jesus Christ account.
Oh, so it's just more of a joke.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, if you really believed in Jesus and like you believe, like, he's God, and that would mean you would have to believe in the spirit world and all that, so you wouldn't be able to knock other people for believing in aliens or whatever else. But I mean, if you say you don't, then never mind.
Yeah, no. It's a fun little story. I like the character Jesus. I think he's cool.
But he likes to mock. He likes to mock Jesus. He thinks it's funny to mock other people's beliefs.
I mean,
Now Jesus is cool.
I've been there at that one point where I'm not gonna lie, I don't like religion, and I was at that point too where I've mocked Jesus, but then I realized that the modern Jesus they show us, the white Jesus, is a bullshit lie, in my opinion. I believe he was a black man, and I'm gonna say it. You can mock white
Yeah,
Jesus to me all you want. It'll make me laugh.
Oh, I agree. I
Middle
agree
Eastern
that.
anyway.
I agree that most religion is just made up to control people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
It
then you
is.
have the difference between atheist and agnostic. So I consider myself agnostic, meaning I absolutely believe that there's a higher power, and there's more than just us. But I don't want to speak for you, Ed, but I think you're the opposite, right? Aren't you an atheist?
I don't know. I know that I don't know enough to know. I'm wise
Okay.
enough to know me and no other person knows what the hell's going on.
Do you believe in
So
anything?
your mind is semi open to the idea of the possibility.
I believe everybody's very ignorant about it.
I mean, me personally, I'm careful about, like, I used to not be, but nowadays I'm kind of careful of, like, I guess I'm just more considerate. I just chose to be because, like, some people, like, they need their religion, they need to believe in Jesus or Allah or whatever it is, the Buddha, whatever, because some people have believed in it their whole lives, and if they were to stop, it would be like them committing suicide. It would like tear them up on the inside. And some people would probably kill themselves if they were forced to not to believe in their God or whatever. So some people take that real serious. So I try to be considerate myself
Yeah, the more you
personally.
study something, the more you become it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I try to be considerate of other people too, to an extent, because
I mean, if you can't, you just got to troll people like I did Chief Handler, or say fuck you or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
call
I
it
mean,
constructive criticism.
it's
Hey, dogs, knock it off. I'm sorry.
it's I think with religion too, I think that really people have just lost sight that we all are the same. I'm gonna be we're all the same pieces of shit sometimes, and we're all the same righteous people sometimes. And I think that a lot of the at least I noticed with TIs talking about gang stalking, this is where they lost me, is they're there's nobody else but Jesus and all this shit. And I'm like, well, then you discredit everybody else in this world. That's another problem I had of why I stopped talking about gang stalking, is there are other people in this world. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I feel like the gang stalking has caused people to forget that there's culture, there's food, there's things we're humans. What the fuck? We've lost our just, I don't know, understanding of one another. And gang stalking kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they stop. They put a brick wall up, and they create their own barrier, so they can't ever evolve past their own, that little tiny belief that they have, whatever that one belief is.
Well,
Most
yeah.
who start out in Christianity, and then they study theology and they study different religions, they usually end up converting.
Yep.
You got to ask yourself, why is that? It's because they learned more stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why
Me,
can't we just be like that? Why can't we just not have to? I don't I started to think about what you were saying, Patton, with labels.
Yeah.
And I agree to that to like an extent of like we're all human, and at this point, if we are created by a creator, we came from the same goddamn ground, and
Yeah.
we just are made out of different soil, doing
We're all
different
star.
things.
We're all star stuff.
Yeah. So fuck it. Fuck it.
So
Well, yeah, but see, I feel like Nerve Gorilla missed the point. But I mean, he has his right
did.
to see it. He's
He did.
right. He's right. Well, one thing I wanted to say to him, I'm like, that's interesting that you think we're all stardust. Not just I mean, because that's what the scientific community says,
Yeah.
and the quantum, I think quantum physics says or whatever too. But it's actually something people have experienced. Like taking ayahuasca or DMT or having a spiritual experience during meditation, like they've gone into the cosmos and they realize that they're one with the cosmos. So it's interesting that you got it on both hands. Like the scientific community says it, and then you got the spiritual people, who have experienced it as well. So it's like that's telling you something.
Yeah.
And I believe the universe is infinite. I know that scientists will say it's not, but it's funny how they say it's still expanding even though it's finite. So how the fuck do you guys know? Because you haven't measured it, and you can't measure it if it's still expanding.
They
You know what I
change
mean?
their mind every other week. You know what I mean? On what it's on what they know. I
Yeah.
hate the whole mainstream term because who says that in the peer reviewed studies they've hijacked that system.
Yeah.
The people that have the control over who gets to determine what's peer reviewed studies and what gets studied and where the money goes and everything. It's they have their own agenda, so they're gonna hurt it towards their narrative.
Yeah. Well, anything else y'all two wanted to say to each other? Because I kind of had him come on so like y'all could like maybe not squash the beef. I'm sure you're gonna have your differences, but this is like an opportunity for y'all to talk as well while we all talk. But yeah, y'all want to take to the opportunity.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, that was why
no.
I came on. Just if he wanted any questions for somebody was going to accuse of being a gang stalker, I'm here to tell you I'm not any kind of gang stalker or anything.
Okay, so all the times that you drove around the block around the house, I have several videos on my channel showing it. You were just driving around the block. for
Doesn't
fun?
mean anything. I'm allowed
I'm
to
just
drive
asking.
around the block.
I know. I'm asking you a
It
question
doesn't
now.
mean anything.
Right, but why were you driving around the block?
For my own personal reasons.
Okay. See, and that you're not helping your case.
This isn't a case. I'm not like under.
Well, I believe that
I'm not.
you're gang stalking me, so
I'm
I only
here to
have
tell you
what
I'm
I.
not.
I only have the evidence I have to go off of, so I can ask you.
Me driving in the proximity of my own mother's house is not gang stalking.
And never stopping, but you have the opportunity to elaborate, to maybe paint, show a different perspective. From the limited amount of information I have, it looks pretty cut and dry. But that's why I asked you what were you doing driving around
Well,
the
it
block?
doesn't look like anything. You're just making shit up.
If it wasn't the gang stalk me, then why were you driving around the block?
Who said I was just driving around the block?
I did.
I know I wasn't going to somewhere or coming from somewhere.
You tell me. That's why I'm asking.
And really, does it matter where I'm coming and going to?
Well, in this conversation, it kind of does. I mean, right? If you want to defend yourself and say you weren't gang
stopping
stalking,
anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing whatever I want to do.
I just let the evidence
Sometimes
speak for
I like
itself.
to go for a nice little ride up to the cemetery and turn around.
Hey, and it's your right. It's your right, right?
And so you happen to catch me, which is kind of suspicious. Like, do you have some kind of tracker on my shit? Or
it's
what?
your right. It's your right to drive.
Well,
it's your right to drive past somebody's house every day that has a PFA against you.
That's not true.
It's your right to do that.
But that's not true. I don't do that.
Not every day. Not every day.
Yeah, you're just making it up.
More often than than I would consider normal.
Well, you're making that up.
I'm not making that up. I have videos of it. No, I'm not making it up.
Videos full of what? Of me traveling on a road.
Yes, the road.
Yeah, and so then you make everything else up around that. You have no idea where I'm going to or coming from. You have no clue. I'm just driving somewhere. And you make everything else up around that. Why do you do that?
I'm speculating, Ed. I'm asking
Yeah,
questions.
you sure are. You're acting like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. And
Well,
then
I'm
you go on
asking
the
questions.
internet and tell all these other people
Because Ed,
who
when it looks like a duck,
about me and
walks
my
like a
fucking
duck,
comings and goings,
sounds
who's
like
the
a duck,
stalker?
and it's probably a fucking duck. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, people accuse people of stuff all the time when it looks like it's pretty obvious. Then they have a chance to defend themselves, you know, and say, "Hey, no, that's not what it is. This is, you know, you can
Yep.
explain yourself. But if you choose not to, that's your choice." But I'm just saying, from my point of view, and I believe other people would share the same perspective. It doesn't really help your case. I mean, if other people believe the same thing I do based on the evidence that it looks like you're gang stalking, you're not. I mean, you know, you're not helping that case at all. I was just you came up here
sound
for
like
a
you're trying to
reason,
sell
didn't you?
something.
You came up here for a reason, didn't you?
Yep.
And what would that be?
To tell you that I'm not a gang stalker and tell you to quit accusing me of that.
Okay, well, like just last week, there's a situation. I didn't put this out. I don't put everything out, obviously. But when this person, you know, who says right whenever you left, they left my house, you drove past them, and then as soon as they got or you turned off right whenever they were heading to my house, right whenever they left, you drove past them again immediately, right when they left, and then they go up and they pull in their driveway, and as soon as they go to get out of their car, you drive past them again on a road that you don't live on, that I don't know of anybody that you're visiting, and I can't think of any possible scenario to explain what those three, you know, three synchronicities, coincidences have in common other than you're gang stalking him, and that was just last week, Ed.
It's a coincidence.
It's just a coincidence, right? Okay, hey, you know,
It's like this, you know, he goes above and beyond to do this stupid shit, right?
The other day when I was over at your place.
And it's a very serious.
The other day when I was over.
Yeah.
He followed me when I went down the road, down Lang Avenue.
Yeah.
And I didn't get clear down to the Sunoco station. There's Ed right on my tail.
Right, of course.
Follow me.
Right.
And he followed me clear over to where I went over the when I made the right to head over the bridge.
Okay.
He went up 36. And
Okay.
I stopped over at your place for a little bit. And then when I went to leave,
As soon as you went to leave,
as soon as I went to leave, I'm going over the bridge, and there he was behind me.
That's what they do. That's exactly what they
Ed's
do.
doing it.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's the stalking.
Then I come on
make
through.
sure that-
I come on through, and I went up the road. I backed in the driveway. I got out of the car. There goes.
And there he
Ed.
goes, driving past to make sure you see him.
Yep.
The timing of it like that, the way they do it like that, it's to ensure you see them. That's the whole point, you know. I'm not slandering you, and I'm not spreading disinformation. I am showing you. I'm showing receipts, and I'm just showing the truth. That's it. Everybody else is free to make up their own mind. Okay. So if other people, you know, they feel the same way I do, it's not because I convinced them because I'm a master manipulator. I promise you that. It's because they can see the truth as well. It's not hard to see when you ask the right questions.
You know, there is a thing in court, you know, personal testimony and witness testimony is still admissible in court, you know, and
You have
there's
to
a
do
court
something illegal to end up in court.
and there's a court of public opinion. Okay. Well, gang stalking is illegal. And when there's a PFA against you, you know,
there isn't a PFA against me.
And then somebody can show a pattern of behavior that's
you even read the thing that said that I am not a perpetrator.
It said
remember reading that? It says that the defendant is not a perpetrator. Remember that?
No, I don't. No, I don't remember reading.
Yeah. Oh, I have it on video.
I just know that there was a PFA that was extended for 3 years for a reason. They don't do that for no reason. I didn't go
whenever I called for that hearing to happen because he didn't let me in the house on the day that he was supposed to leave.
And then the judge, did you know how PFAs work?
And then so they called a hearing for that, and so he just did up there, and I have no idea what he did to do that, but he went up there and got it extended, which helped me because Now my family stays safe from him.
Stay safe from really. You lived with him for 37 years. I don't think you had anything to worry about there, Ed.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that know about him.
That know about him from what? From what you told them?
From their own personal experiences.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any documentation of any history of him violating anybody, or But
There's
there
a lot of
is
people who know him very well.
There's a protection from abuse against you for senior abuse.
That's not true.
Yes, there is. I have the documents.
No, there's no longer anything.
There's no longer.
And I asked that judge to make sure that happened. There's just to protect my family for them.
In those documents, no. See, he filed for it, and he was granted the protection from abuse against you. And in those documents, it states that it is the status quo until there is a hearing by a judge to determine otherwise, which there hasn't been. I haven't seen it. There has not been a follow-up. There has not been a follow-up hearing after the 3 years.
That's not true. You made that up.
At the 3 years, was there a hearing? Was there a hearing where the judge said, "Okay, I'm going to lift the PFA"? Yes, there does. I have the documents. I can show you.
Yeah, prove it.
I did. There's already a video showing the documents, and
I know. That's the one where it says was not a perpetrator.
He takes stuff out of context. You're not doing yourself a
favor. Defendant was found to not be a perpetrator. Those are the exact words that you read verbatim.
What document was that written on? What document was that? Was that stated on? Where did that say that at, Ed?
On the video you made.
No, from what document though?
Where you were reading a PFA order.
Oh, a PFA order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because someone filed for a PFA.
And they got it granted.
Whenever we went and had the hearing, I was found to not be a perpetrator for it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You take a couple words out of context, Ed. You just make yourself sound stupid.
The black and white words that you read verbatim right off the report. Defendant is not a perpetrator.
Just those words?
Really?
That's out of context.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
There you are trying to slander me for doing something I didn't do. It was just your jealous fucking father. You pissed off because we were leaving. Found out we were leaving. Tried to act like we were taking his house when we were not trying to take his house. But you guys lie and made that shit up.
You told him you paid the taxes.
I wasn't doing.
You told him you paid the taxes when you didn't. He only found out because he went up to the courthouse and found out they weren't paid for the last 2 years, and his house was about to go for sheriff's sale.
That's not true.
Yes, it absolutely.
You were right there when I handed him $800 cash, you fucking asshole.
After he paid his own taxes.
Before they were due.
Yeah, a month before they were due. When you were telling him
before they were due, I handed him $800 for the fucking taxes, you fucking asshole.
After all of this happened. After all this happened. After all that happened, correct?
You guys are lying fucks.
After he paid,
it wasn't due yet, and I handed him $800 fucking dollars. Fuck off.
It was 2 years back, Ed. It was coming up for. It was scheduled to go for sheriff's sale.
Every 2 years, on time. Right when I get my income tax.
His house was scheduled to go for sheriff's sale. Ed, you didn't get your income tax in July.
That's a lie. That's a lie, and you know it.
Ed, they were 2 years back.
That's not true.
Absolutely, it's true. It was scheduled to go for sheriff's sale.
Ed. No, and I know you can't prove it because it isn't.
Ed, he got a letter saying that his house was going up for sheriff's sale in September of that year.
That's not true.
2019. Why do you just lie? Well, I'm just completely.
I paid those taxes for all those years, and I knew I was fucking leaving. It was time to get the fuck out of there, and he knew it, and that's why he did that.
Oh, that's why he did what?
What went up and tried to make out like I didn't pay the taxes and pretend that I was trying to steal his house.
He went up and paid his taxes, Ed.
Made up some story that I was trying to steal his house when all I wanted was to get the fuck out of there.
Well, he went up to pay his taxes.
And he knew that, and then so he tried to paint some fucking other picture, and you went right along with it because you fucking convinced him of it.
Ed, he went up to pay his taxes.
Have an asshole.
He went up to pay his taxes, Ed.
Yeah.
He didn't go up to paint a picture of you.
No, he tried to use that to paint a picture of me. He knew when I was due to pay the taxes. So he went up before I went up, knowing when I was supposed to go up. I had the fucking checkbook out. I was getting ready to go up there.
Ed,
And then he went up and did it, and I had a big smirk. I just wanted to see what look on your face.
Ed, he told me that you guys told him you paid the taxes.
He told you lots of things. He lies. So do you.
So then I went with him up to the courthouse and helped him with him to pay the taxes.
Yep. And they weren't due yet.
And it was 2 years back. His house was going for sheriff's sale in a month.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true.
That's a lie. That's
No, it's not a lie.
He's trying to paint.
Okay,
I was trying to,
you gave him how much money?
But that's his place. Why wasn't he had paid his own taxes anyway?
You gave him how much? Because you were paying. That was the deal. Every year, all you had to do was
because
pay
I paid all his fucking
taxes.
bills for 12 years, you asshole.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I have
You
a
paid the
fucking
cable
stack
bill.
of receipts to prove it.
Yeah, a stack of receipts. He handed you the cash.
No, he didn't. He never handed me a dime, ever.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Never a dime.
No, just a bunch of weed, huh?
Nope.
Huh? Just
Nope,
gave
he
you a
had his
big
hand out
bag
for
of
that
weed
every
every
time.
month. Just give you a big bag of
No,
weed
he had
every
his
month.
hand
right?
out. He had his hand out asking for money for that every day, every fucking time he went.
Oh, did he? That's funny.
Yes.
Well, Ed, see, it's his house. So it's his house. You know what I mean? What
Yes,
bills did
and
you pay?
he told me I couldn't leave because I had to stay
You
there and
didn't pay
take
the
care of
ele-
it because he couldn't
You didn't
afford
pay
it.
you didn't pay the electric bill. Ever.
He took
So
it
how
out
do
of
you-
my name and put it in his without even saying
Ed,
anything to me about it.
He asked you for help with the electric bill. That's when
And I
all this
gave him
started.
cash for the electric bill.
That's when all this
I gave him
started.
$158 every month for the electric bill, cash.
Yeah, well, you know how much his electric bill went down after you moved out?
No, because I don't care.
$350 a month. $350 a month.
That was all because he didn't pay it on time.
No, Ed, I've seen. Okay.
Just like you did to mom.
Make stuff up, Ed.
Just like you did to mom. You made a video about how you wait until it goes into neglect, and then you get a special, grant or something like that. And you talked him into doing that, and then he owed a whole bunch of money because he was already on some kind of program.
PCAP?
That was his fault because he didn't pay his bill on time.
I thought you paid the electric bill. See, I thought you
He
paid
put
all
it
the
in
bills.
his name, so I handed him the cash.
I thought you paid all the bills for all those years.
Yep.
And the water, yeah, the water
And then
bill.
out of nowhere, he changed that, and he changed car insurance.
Yeah, you were on his car insurance for 30.
He did it all. No, he was on my car insurance from the time he got the DUI.
No,
I paid his car insurance every fucking month from
you
the
were
time
on
he got
his.
DUI.
You were on his car insurance, and his
Bullshit.
car insurance agent told him that he better get you off
Bullshit.
there,
That's a
or
fucking
else
lie.
if you got another DUI, he was going to lose his insurance, and he has a clean record.
That's a fucking lie.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
he still has the same policy he's had all these years.
No, he
How's that
doesn't. He
policy?
changed it.
How is that? No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He went and got his own fucking policy.
So then you have the same
You can't
policy.
just change my fucking policy. He was
So
put on
then
as a driver on my policy for all these years. I have the paperwork to prove it.
So then you have the same policy that you've had all this time. Same policy number all these years.
Yes.
And he doesn't.
Yes, it was under my name for all my life, from the time I was fucking 17.
See, your father was on your insurance all these
Yes,
years.
from the time he got a DUI because he couldn't fucking afford to pay it. Boo hoo.
Okay.
So I paid it for him.
And then when you got a DUI, right? And
Yep,
the
I paid for
insurance
that.
agent, yeah, it was your DUI. Of course it was. Of course you paid for it.
Yeah.
But whenever his insurance agent warned him and said that he better get off
His insurance
policy
agent, that was
because
my
you
insurance
get-
agent. He was just a driver on my policy.
I think he had the agent before you got the agent, didn't he?
Just because we had the same agent doesn't mean anything.
It's not your agent, his agent. It's the same person.
Yeah, but he acted like he didn't have his own policy. He was on my policy.
Okay. Let's just
I have
stop
proof
all
of
the
that.
nitpicking. Here's what I want to point
Yeah,
out.
because you're trying to fucking make up bullshit lies
listen,
about me and my fucking family.
Ed, listen. Who did Ed try to paint? Who did he paint these lies to? Because he didn't. He was not online. He doesn't talk to hardly anybody at all.
No, he's using you to do it, or you manipulated him into.
I didn't say any
bullshit.
Ed, who was the
You
first
admit
person
you
to put
went up there
anything
and told him
online?
that we were trying to take his house. That was a fucking lie, and you know it.
No, I did. I talked him into. I convinced him that you were trying to take his house.
You straight up said that.
No, I did not, Ed. I didn't try to say.
Fine, I'll clip it out of your video and show you.
What? See, this is when my gang stalking started. Whenever this incident happened,
You're not
and I
being
went up,
gang stalked. You're just fucking
and I went up
boo-hooing
and
because you keep getting in trouble for doing illegal shit. Every time you get in
what
trouble,
was that?
boo-hoo, it's the cop's fault I got in trouble. You're a
What
fucking
trouble?
bitch.
What trouble is that, Ed? See, this is
When you hit a parked car, and you
Yeah, I
blame the
didn't
fucking cops or some kind of shadow person that wasn't even there.
Excuse me? No, there's a car that
When you
fled
hit
the
a parked
scene.
car, and then the cops took your fucking drugs and realized, what are you doing carrying a bottle of fucking drugs, first of all, in your car? Second of all, why were you missing pills?
medication.
Oh, I keep some of them at home
medication.
and take some with me. But I'm out drinking with these fucking pills that I shouldn't be drinking with. And then I hit a parked car. Man, it must be the cop's fucking fault, right?
I'd have
It's
gotten
the
in
cop's
trouble for
fault
that.
that you did that.
I would have gotten in trouble for that, right?
You're being gang stalked because you blame the cops for doing that.
The cop
You're
filed a
fucking
false
pathetic.
police report. To this day, I can show you proof that the cop filed a false police report that day.
What was false about it?
I passed the
What was false
breathalyzer.
about the police report?
Listen to me. I passed the breathalyzer.
Yeah, you had fucking prescription pills on you that you're not allowed to drive on. And you didn't even have a license at the time.
You just make shit up, Ed. I had.
Did you have a license at the time, John?
I passed the
Did you have a
breathalyzer.
license at the time?
See, I'm not going to do
Did
this.
you have a license at the time?
I'm trying to talk. Are you going to let me talk?
Did you have a license at the time? Yes or no?
Hey, spread cheeks.
Yes or no? Did you have a license at the time?
Yes, I did.
You had a license at the time. That's a lie because I can
was
just check your
absolutely
fucking record.
suspended. And it was absolutely suspended.
Suspended.
Yeah.
What are you doing driving? From the bar.
I was
on
lock
drugs
me up,
and
throw
drinking.
away the key, throw me in jail. I'm a criminal.
And you're the reliable source here tonight.
I'm a
Okay,
criminal.
so I just want to.
We're not reliable.
Ed, you're
I
not
just want to interject.
favors, Ed.
I just want to interject real quick. So even outside of gang stalking, like it seems like you guys have had like a pretty extreme sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
He has problems with me. And he went online and made up and started painting this picture that my dad was crazy, right? And on Facebook. And then he involved my daughter in it. And then he involved my daughter in the conversation. After I told him not to, I said, if you do that, this is what's going to happen. And then he did it anyway.
I didn't involve your daughter in anything.
You absolutely did. I told you,
No,
if you mention Henry at all, because Henry had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Henry molested your daughter because you went and got mad.
See, this is what I do. This is
you
what
left
I'm talking
your daughter. I told you not to leave your daughter with him. I said
What
he's
are
a
you
fucking.
talking
You knew he
about?
was a pedophile. You knew he was a pedophile, and you left your daughter alone with him.
Hey, Ed,
after I told you,
if
don't
you want to
fucking
go
do that.
there,
Yeah, that really pissed me the fuck off.
What happened when Murdoch caught you in his bedroom next to his girlfriend's bed with the light off? He turned the light on.
Sometimes that happens, Virginia. Yeah.
He caught you in his bedroom next to his
When
girlfriend
Rich
who
roofied
passed out.
Are you talking about that night?
Oh, somebody roofied you. That's
and
right.
And that doesn't
somebody
have anything to do with any of this. We're talking about your gang stalking and how you're not being gang stalked.
Somebody roofied you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, it was your cousin Rich, the one who got in trouble for roofing little girls. And he asked me that night if I wanted these fucking barbiturates, and I said I don't do that shit.
Oh, so
I
that's
said, if I
why
were to do that, I'd be on my ass. He laughed. Sat
That's
next
why
to me.
you
I
ended
drank
up.
my second beer, and that's the last thing I remember.
So that's why
Hold
you
on, real
ended
quick,
up
guys.
to your buddy's girlfriend in his bedroom with the light off. That's why, because you're roofied.
You know, I mean, Ed, what? I mean, straight creeper shit. I mean, yeah. And he made out with Tressa. He fucking tried to molest Marlene and blame little Nitty trying to roofie. I'm like, Nitty's gonna waste drugs on Ed. I know.
Hold on. Toby was trying to say something.
Go ahead.
I just want to say something.
Toby?
It's just like, yeah, I can clearly tell there is definitely a sibling rivalry here, and I'm gonna just say this is like, you gotta just like, despite of the past, guys, like, holy shit, just you have to forgive each other or something, because like, you know, I can see both sides to this right now, because now I'm seeing like, okay, yeah, you can't be driving on a suspended license, and so if you get pulled over, that's kind of on you and all the shit.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with our sibling rivalry, though.
but what I'm saying is from his perspective, though, is, hey, like, remember, I'm one of the biggest accused so-called gang stalkers that's not. So I can relate to your big brother Patton right now hella hard, because it's like,
I hear you. But I got my license back before the gang stalking ever started. So
okay, but it's from your brother's perspective, though, of like how he's viewing you, of like it's like he cares about you, and it seems like you care about each other. So like you have to kind of like just see that, like, hey, like, I believe there is something going on. I'll say from my perspective, just that since I've been being accused of being a gang stalker when I'm literally not, there's some sort of like crazy slander going on. And if you're doing that to your brother, Patton, when he might just be like, you know, in your life in a way that might make you uncomfortable.
You haven't watched the evidence, have you?
I've watched some of it, and I can't make a determined decision yet because I haven't known you guys for that long or anything like that.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I offer the option, to explain it what he's doing, but he can't because you know what I mean. Obviously, I'm speculating, but the only way I would know is if he admitted it.
Remember what I said earlier, Patton? How like I used to like for a brief time years ago, I thought that my mom, might possibly be in on my gang stalking, and then I realized no, because I never seen her do any like shady behaviors before the gang stalking experience. So maybe, just maybe, like your brother's not really doing anything. It may seem like it, like we got into the mind control thing, but
did your mom ever
you know what I'm saying?
text you and let you know who was trying to get a hold of you on your phone, even though you weren't getting the messages on your own phone? Like text you little messages to let you know that your mom hacked your phone. Like, did your mom ever do that to you? I'm just saying, there's so many things I could I could go on for days.
And I'm not saying like your brother's perfect, but I'm just saying like maybe he's not like trying to sabotage your life, and like maybe if you guys got on like good terms, like you guys would be able to show each other things. You guys would be able to like double team things and work shit out. You know what I mean?
That's what I thought. That's why I went to him. And I tried to talk to him, and as soon as I mentioned gang stalking, he couldn't get away quicker. He like almost ran away from me.
Well, I mean, he may just not be able to wrap his head around that. I mean, look at Nerve Gorilla; like he can't wrap his head around that either. And I'm just using him as an example. Like some people just will never see this.
I played devil's advocate more than anybody else could possibly even play it. So you know what I mean. I appreciate your, you know what I mean.
Yeah. And then I'm just giving a healthy perspective on it,
Really obvious to me.
What's that? Ed?
I'll be honest.
Trying to exonerate himself for things that he's done wrong.
Well, like what, Ed? What have I done wrong?
You're giving it some kind of sensational explanation for just literally the fact that you just got in trouble sometimes, and now it's somehow someone else's fault.
If I got in trouble,
and other people are watching you. You're afraid of watching you. What are you watching? Worried about people watching you for?
I've held myself accountable. Believe me, I don't get out of crimes that I'm committing. Right? If I was charged with crimes, then I was convicted because I committed the crimes. If I was charged with false allegations, right, false criminal complaints, I got out of them because they weren't true. Do you see how that works?
No, you know damn well that the justice system doesn't work like that. There's people walking the streets that are fully guilty, and everybody in jail wasn't the one that did it.
Okay, but you're sitting here saying that I'm some, like criminal or something.
I'm saying you're making
all these
up
crimes,
extraordinary things,
that's why I
sensational
claim that I'm
lies
gang stalked
to make up for what you're doing. Whenever it's not, none of this bullshit's happening.
Dude, what do I have to gain out of making this shit up?
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you that you would consider gang stalking? The most offensive thing that's ever happened to you?
They broke into my apartment and arrested me at gunpoint.
That wasn't your apartment anymore.
Without a warrant.
You were
without
evicted.
a warrant. No,
you were evicted. They don't need a warrant to
just
see who
that
broke
stuff.
into a vacant apartment.
No,
that was a vacant apartment. It was not you, no longer your apartment.
I
so
broke into it, right?
You're
I broke into it. I broke into my own apartment, right? See,
yes, you were in an apartment that was supposed to be on paper was vacant. And so if you're in a vacant apartment, someone broke in there. They don't need a warrant to come in.
Somebody said, hug it out. You see this comment? Somebody said, hug it out.
Listen, Ed.
Hug it out. Hug it out. No,
I don't want you to sound like an idiot, but you just sound like an idiot, Ed.
No.
I'm not going to lie. Hey, I'm going to say something. I want to say something. Okay. I want to say something. When I first started experiencing this gang stalking phenomenon, okay, because I have to own up that I believed in it, okay. When I lost my mind after being pretty much sex trafficked, I started accusing my mom and brother of gang stalking, and I looked insane to them. And now I realize it wasn't them, and I just have to say, I've done the same thing. And honestly, yeah, you guys, I would just hug it out because. I mean, what more can we do? I just have to say, there's something fucked up going on though in America. There's something fucked up that is bigger than us.
Maybe he doesn't know why he drives around the block, or right whenever I go to leave my house and he drives around maybe he doesn't know why he does it. He can't give you an explanation. I would love for it to stop,
But see how
I was like being ganged up on and gaslit to try to make me think that for somehow it's just in my head and my brother's not actually a gang stalker. Yeah, I didn't just go right out and say, no, you guys are wrong. I know what's up, but I do know what's up. Okay.
See how I said that
your house do anything to you?
It's just gang stalking. That's all. It doesn't do anything to me.
No, it isn't. It's me driving past your fucking house. It's not even your house. It's my mother's house.
It's your intentions.
I can't drive past my mother's house. You know how ridiculous that fucking sounds?
But
it's your intentions, Ed. It's your intentions. Okay? Nothing gang stalking. Listen, all gang stalking. All gang stalking is legal activities.
But Patton, you remember me saying that term gang stalking is an easy crutch to just cling to. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like certain things.
Absolutely.
There's no gang and there's no stalking. So what the fuck are you trying to say?
There's no gang and there's no stalking. Well,
yeah. Who's the gang and how are they stalking?
All the first responders, a bunch of the
all
people
who
got in trouble and the junkies
they got
in town.
Time to worry about you.
You must have got accidentally booted off or something, huh?
See, he doesn't even try to see another perspective. He just goes to attack.
They don't give a fuck about you other than to laugh at you in your videos.
Hold on, real quick, guys. I want to.
All these people that watch my videos that won't ever say anything, right?
Hold on, real quick, guys. Let me just highlight this real quick. I guess Donovan Shoulders has a problem with Patton, so I let you on the panel, but you like disappeared, man. So I don't know. If you wanted to say something, you can come on, but you just kind of like left. So I don't know. I guess he has an issue with you, Patton, Donovan Shoulders.
Yeah, I don't know what his issue is. Like I said, I can speculate. Maybe he's a paid federal perp. But
really,
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why he does. I don't know why he does what he does.
You just careful with
that.
There are paid trolls.
In your own mind, that somebody's a paid federal perp. That's completely made up.
There are absolutely.
You made that up.
I'm sorry.
I didn't make it up. Why don't you look up?
I've been accused so much of being a paid federal perp, and I'm totally not, and I'm kind of like over it if I'm going to be accused this much of it.
I hear you, Toby.
I literally have made no money, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be for real. Like, there's
paid people that paid trolls. There's paid trolls. It's not a conspiracy. There are absolutely
people who are paid to
come on the internet.
Yeah.
Paid to come on the internet and troll certain.
If you're not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing, you don't have nothing to worry about.
I don't have anything to worry about.
Yep. So why are you making 500 fucking videos about it?
Because I didn't know what gang stalking was until it happened to me. And
see, I've been accused of being a perp as well.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
It's happening to you, you fucking weirdo.
Right. I just came up with this thing in my head.
You're making it
up.
Then I researched in the basement, making shit up and acting like it's real.
Then I researched it, discovered what it was.
I watched a sci-fi movie. I must be the main character.
I didn't get this concept from a movie or from the internet. I got it because all this weird shit was going on for 6 months. See, this is, you can't conversate with somebody like this who does this. They just they invalidate anything you say. You're a liar. Of course you don't. You're this, you're that.
You.
No, you don't, obviously. What do you know about me?
You're inside your little mind.
What don't you know about me? Because you sit here.
I know the person that you are.
It's the truth around on every single situation. No, you don't.
I've been learning about narcissistic personality disorder. I know you do.
I'm a narcissistic, yeah. No, I just happen to be right all the time. But they will.
See, this is what I was talking about. You guys definitely got a sibling rivalry. Like, this could go on all day. This is what This is kind of what I wanted to see.
When he comes up,
I wanted to bring your brother on so I could see this. You know what I'm saying? So now I see like this is beyond gang stalking. Like that's one thing I wanted to see. I know you guys have like some sibling rivalry from years ago, whatever started it. I don't need to know the whole story, but yeah, you guys
I
definitely got
prefer
it.
to keep that offline. Like I prefer not to fucking air our dirty laundry out like that.
Yeah.
Then why do you have 50 videos about me on your page?
Well, because why did I ever make a video about you to begin with, Ed?
That's a great question.
Because you were spreading lies about me online.
No,
It
it
was all.
wasn't.
Oh, absolutely. I don't just
No,
go
it
around
wasn't.
making up lies about people online.
You,
That's something you do.
dude, you know what happened is I
I have.
saw a video of you talking about how you punched my fucking teeth in and how you'd like to do it again. And then you showed up at my house. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It was a live stream, right?
And then that from that point on, I started watching your channel.
I don't know how how the hell did you even know I had a channel? Because nobody even knew I had a
Because
channel.
someone showed me the Pat and Perps channel.
Who did that?
Somebody
Somebody
who
in this group of
you
people?
know from town here.
Somebody in this
I'm
gang
not
of
going to tell you who
stalkers?
it is.
Somebody in this
Huh?
gang of stalkers, right?
It's somebody who is a regular in town.
Exactly. See, you're legitimizing
And they
the
showed
gang
me
stuff.
the Pat and Perps channel.
Right.
And that's how I found your channel.
Well, they have pictures and access to pictures and videos and information that the only person I suspect only you would know, that nobody else would know, intimate details of my life.
Well, it's because you want it to be me.
Oh, I don't want it to be you. Believe me,
Well, it's not.
I would love for it to be anybody but you.
So I'm doing this for anybody else, and because my brother, he wants me to quit going online and telling everybody he's a gang stalker. I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. As soon as you quit being a gang stalker, as soon as you quit gang stalking, and when you come at me and you push, you try to challenge me and what I'm saying, and you call bullshit on what I'm saying, what do you expect? I mean, what do you expect? You think I'm just not going to say anything? You think I'm not going to say what I think, your motivations are? Because I'm trying to understand your motivations, so I ask you these questions. And, I ask the questions. You don't have to answer the questions. You don't. But you are free to defend yourself, right? And in defending yourself, what I tend to do whenever I defend myself is I explain myself. I explain my intentions. I explain, whatever it takes. I explain what I'm doing until people can see the truth, just the truth. I don't obfuscate the truth. I don't twist things around. I don't take shit out of context. I do not do that. That is not me. That is this guy right here, okay? He does that. And as long as you continue to do that, Ed, then you're going to continue to see videos like this. So Ed told me, prove it, right? Prove it. So I guess I got to prove it, right? What do? You can't fix stupid. You ask for this when you say, prove it. Nope, that's a lie. You just made that up. That's a lie. When you do that shit, Ed, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to prove it. Okay? I'm going to show receipts. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. What do you think I'm going to do? What the hell how did you think this was going to end up? So here's the picture of when he sprayed my dad in the face with cleaner, right in the face, right? And Ed even said this himself. He said, I guess defending yourself and your family against an aggressive boomer can land you a PFA. Who knew? Guess I'll need a place to stay for a little while. Right? And then here's people from town, not to throw them on blast. This was a public thread on Facebook. And these are the people that called my brother out. So thank you to these people. They called my brother out, and then they were quickly deleted. Their comments were quickly deleted from that thread, okay? So this is like the only place I know of where these comments exist, because he deleted them. Like, he painted the narrative on the whole thread, right? So and here's where he said, the night before this, okay, I told him, he tried to to bring me into it and said that my dad was trying to move my other brother into the house, and I knew that was bullshit. I had already talked to my dad about this. So whenever my brother tried to confront me about this, I stopped him in his tracks. I said, no. This has nothing to do with him. Do not try to turn everything around and make it about something that it's not. It has nothing to do with that at all. And if you say anything on Facebook about that, people are going to ask you what you're talking about, Ed. And then you're going to explain it to them. And then before I know it, it's going to get back to my daughter. And if she has to hear anything about this, if she hears anything about this, I'm going to knock your fucking teeth out. I said, do not fucking say a word about this. That has nothing to do with it. And I told him that the very next day, as soon as my daughter got home from school, I shit you not, as soon as she got home from school, she showed me this thread. And it had over 100 comments. And this is where it started. When Ed Hofer said, because I told him not to bring a pedophile who raped my niece to our home. So you see what a piece of shit my brother is? See what he does whenever, he's in the hot seat because he looks like an asshole. He sprayed my brother in the face with cleaner, and he was on the hook for senior abuse, And he was just mad and butthurt. Nobody's trying to do anything to him. There was a protection from abuse. That was it. He had to move out. But then he went on this offensive, and he just went and started smearing my dad's name, trying to paint him as crazy. And the people in this comment thread, you can see the only people that supported my brother and what he was saying, if you look into it, they're people that have ties to the courthouse or the county or law enforcement or the prison, or, there are all these people in this fucking, in this good old boy gang, right? And it's funny, like, I didn't find this out till later, but my brother's old lady, her first cousin is a counselor in the prison. I mean, So when you look at any of these, like this person here, he told him straight up, this is not how to handle this. You're better than this. Why are you doing this? Why are you saying all this stuff and throwing it on blast and shit, And then the people that I see supporting my brother, I have no idea who they are. Like, I've never talked to them before. I've never seen them before. So this is a group of people that do not know my dad at all. Don't know anything about the situation except for what my brother told them. Hell, even if you look down here, right? If you look down here, even Jimmy Grabowski, I'll show you. Even Jimmy Grabowski he was defending my dad, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that, Jimmy. He just called it how he seen it. He says he waved his hand to get it out of his face. So he was like, trying to put Ed, trying to tell Ed no. I don't know what Ed was saying here. But there's a lot that I missed in here. This is like printouts, and I took pictures of the printouts, but see, Ed says, it's not a bug sprayer, it's kid and pet safe spray. Non-toxic, biodegradable, cruelty-free. Come on, dude. It's cleaner. You're not supposed to put it in your eyeballs. He sprayed my dad in the face with it, and it was all set up because he recorded it. He had the whole thing planned to do this. This isn't just like something that just kind of happened, and he put it on Facebook. No, he planned this event to happen in order to get my dad to do what? Exactly what they try to get targeted individuals to do, right? They try to get them to commit an act of violence, right? Because then they can do the next step to them, They can get them arrested for assault. Okay, so this is what he tried to do to my dad. He blocked his way and sprayed him in the face with cleaner. That's what he did. My dad was not attacking him at all. If you watch the video, if anybody's seen the video, you know. But the video is no longer on Facebook because my brother made sure that, because he realized how bad it made him look, it actually ended up being evidence against him in the PFA. Like an idiot, he showed the judge this, and the judge is like, "What is wrong with you? You can't just do that. You can't just go around, threatening him." He threatened my dad with a sword, and then told the judge that he was protecting himself and his family because he was afraid for his safety against his own father, who wasn't doing anything, just had surgery, as a matter of fact. I sure did spray him in the face because he tried to push me aside to get at my equipment right before this. And how did that happen to just get caught on video, Ed? How did that perfect spot, like a bottleneck, you bottlenecked him, right? So that he had to get, you were standing in his way. It was the only way around you at that one point. And right there at that point where you're standing with a bottle of spray in your hand, there's just happened to be somebody recording it, right? Just happened to be somebody recording that. And you can hear them chuckling in the background while they're recording it, in the actual recording. So this is my brother asked for this. I don't know why. I don't know why he does this shit, right? Everybody told him how it is on this. He was not justified in doing what he did. He was wrong every way, shape, and he's never once, ever, even slightly admitted that he did something wrong. He won't admit his faults. He thinks he did nothing wrong at all, but then he's going to say that about me. Come on, Ed. Like, you make all these false claims and make yourself look like an idiot. But if you look at your own actions, okay, and look at your own, all of this is from your own doing, your own actions, and the reason I'm making this video right now is also a consequence of your actions. Don't you understand that? This is not me trying to exonerate myself, okay, or trying to just twist it around and exonerate myself because I'm mad because I got in trouble by the cops. No, Ed. My gang stalking started. I tried to veer away from that, from blaming you for all of it. But my gang stalking started after I went to assist my dad with the bullshit he was dealing with you. When you guys put him through this bullshit and I was there to help him, because he didn't have anybody. You guys were gaslighting him. It was fucking, dude, it was crazy, the shit you were doing to him. Then whenever I go to help him, what do you know? I start getting gang stalked by all these people. Isn't that crazy? I don't know how you guys recruited all the people to do it. I don't know how you did that, if you paid them or what. I have no idea. But I know it happened. I know you got everybody, it ended up being a big fucking town thing, right? With the first responders involved, the police involved. The police would have the narcs come and try to provoke me to pull my gun. They tried to provoke me. They put the hands on me, called me a child molester. This is the shit that they would do to me in public to try to provoke me into violence, right? And I caught on real quick. And, I'm not a violent person, so it's not going to happen. Hell, it takes my brother 10 times of me telling him, warning him that I'm going to knock his teeth out before I actually did it. But he just, how many times are you supposed to tell somebody and warn somebody? Glance down and miss him or something.
I might just go up to the sheriff's office and talk to them.
Well, they do this too. Everything that they do, they can explain away. Everything that they do is legal. See what I mean?
Right. But
so
we had a PFA for 3 years, and he wasn't allowed anywhere near me or the house. Right.
No, you're right. Your situation is different.
So I'm going to go up and see him and see if I can't get something else done again. Send him a letter for another 3 years.
Yeah, because he might have an in up there at the sheriff's, but that doesn't matter. They all look out for what's right in themselves. They look out for themselves and then what's right. And if somebody's doing something not supposed to,
if I don't get an answer from the sheriff's office, I'll just go up and see the state police.
Yeah. The state police are totally different ballgame.
Yeah, they'll go in there and see the district attorney and fucking see what the PFA was about.
If they don't do what they're supposed to do, then there's a method
to sue them.
You can contact the DOJ. There's a task force. You can file a complaint. Then that's what they do. That's the whole point, is to investigate corrupt and police misconduct.
Yep.
Cops that are violating constitutional policing, and stuff, and people that are doing this shit,
Yep.
And they don't want DOJ coming in and investigating them. Then they flip them upside down and they make sure all their everything has to be right.
Yep.
And that's when they clean house. And then they ended up, every time they've done it, the place ends up on the news, and a number of them end up in jail and everything else because they're all fucking corrupt. They don't want that.
Yep.
But you have to go through the process. You have to start at the bottom and make your complaints at the bottom and work your way up. They don't let you skip the steps,
Yeah.
Excuse me, though.
try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
I guess I don't have any haters watching me anymore. There's a bunch of them watching. So
screenshot this, motherfucker!